Hi, my name is Tyree Sterling. I'm a Gospel Advancing Ministry leader. I want to introduce you to GAMA. GAMA is short for Gospel Advancing Ministry Academy. It's an online program for ministry workers and their leaders. In my experience with ministry and youth ministry, there's two different types of elements. There is a jumper cable experience, and that's where you go from big event to big event, or big experience to big experience, or big service after big service, expecting that jolt to last you to the next big experience. And then there's this steady stream, and that is this constant going to God in prayer. It is scripture reading. It is having a community of faith to dwell in. And it's also tightening the ministry screws while you still have to do the stuff of ministry. And so GAMA is set up to be that steady flow that you can do after your big event jolt, after your big service jolt, or even if there's no big event or no big service jolt, you can still implement these best practices into the context of your ministry to see the Gospel Advancing Ministry effectiveness all throughout the year. The cool thing is I have a lot of friends who are youth workers from across the country and are helping me behind the scenes tighten the screws on this. After signing up with the program, you'll receive course 1. And since these courses are online, you can do them at your own pace. In your office, in the youth room, in the living room, wherever you have a mobile device, to allow you time to still be able to do the stuff of ministry while you're being trained, equipped to be unleashed. Each course will have a workbook that you can follow along and fill in the blanks. You can print it out, give it to everyone that's watching it, so you can all go through this thing together. The first video you see on each course will be a video by my friend Greg Steer. I'm there to share, and he will be walking you through the urgency and the philosophy of each value. Next, I'll unpack 2 to 3 best practices that other ministries are using to show you what this actually looks like in the context of your own ministry. And then one of my favorite parts is your strategic planning video. This is a video that will ask you to target one of these best practices, not all of them, because that's the myth. We go somewhere, we get excited, we're throwing everything out the window and we're doing this. This will have you focus on one of these best practices and walk you through a strategic process of how to make this happen in the next 2 weeks in your ministry. Followed by that, you'll see a bunch of resources that'll point you to more Gospel Advancing Ministry best practices. Next is a community of faith. Each month, you'll have access to 2 video meetups with other Gospel Advancing Ministry leaders. This is set up for those that are full-time and more available during the day. You can access one of them. If you are a bivocational or volunteer, and maybe your schedule doesn't allow you to be available during the daytime, and maybe it's more the evening and weekends, those are available for you. Join one of them, you can join both of them. You can join by yourself, or you bring your leadership team or your core students along. Whosoever you can bring around with you, you guys can watch this and be encouraged by the community of faith and also share best practices. It's so cool to see a ministry in Texas give a best practice to a ministry in Maryland and see it totally fit their context, and they'll be able to reach their community better. So now I'm so excited to pull back the curtain a little bit more and let you see what each one of these courses look like. Course 1 is an introduction to a Gospel Advancing Ministry. You'll learn more about what a Gospel Advancing Ministry is. It's not a method or a model, it's more of like a mindset. These values are stolen from the book of Acts. The early church did these things. And because they're Gospel Advancing, they can be added into any ministry context, and they can also cross denominational lines. So here's my challenge for you. I'm going to name off these 7 values. If your denomination or your ministry is like, we don't do that, cut the video off. You don't have to look any further. If so, and you look at it, you're like, dang, we're down with all 7. You're going to absolutely love GAMA.